Yo, JSF, how y'all doing? I've been enjoying my holidays, man. I hope y'all enjoying y'all's. Anyway, so I was gonna do my why nobody plays Frost video, and I know that sounds very similar to my she's the worst character in the game video, but they're two very different topics because people will play a bad character if that character does what they want the character to do, or if they love the character, but that's a whole video in itself. But I did realize in order to do that, there was something specifically that I needed to like go into that I don't think I've ever really like went into and talked about that much. I think I have a little bit, but I don't think I showed like how important this is and how big of a thing this is for the majority of the cast, right? So what am I talking about? I don't know what other people call this, but for me, I'm just gonna call it like poke into strike, right? And now I know what I just did was a down one into a stand jab. Every character can now jail their down one into their jab, their down three as well. You know, it's a universal thing. It's always supposed to be like that. If she's ducking, right? But it gets deeper than that, and it becomes more of a thing for different characters. But I'm gonna use Cassie as an example, right? Our down three is plus 14 on hit. I mean, these are good to get your fast buttons like your jab, your standing twos, to get these to jail, right? But for your other buttons, your longer range buttons, right? That's when your down fours come in handy, right? And this is mostly gonna be with down fours, sometimes with down threes, right? But basically, you have like an 8, 9, 10 frame down three, down four, with really good range, right? That also jails into your offense or jails into your strings, right? Now, if I do down four from point blank range, wait, it's plus 16 on hit. I should have mentioned that first, right? Plus 16 on hit, it obviously jails into this 10 frame high, right? But even from max range, right? I'm really bad at this shit, but this does reach. There we go. It does reach. I'm just screwing it up. So from at any point, if you do something, and it's important to note that moves like this are typically 10 frames, 9 frames, 8 frames, because they're as fast as mids, right? Like Cassie has a 9 frame mid, so you don't even need to like, you know what I mean? This isn't even her whole offense, but she also does have this, and they usually hit low. Those are two really important things. So like imagine having a 9 frame mid, right? And that's good for all the reasons that 9 frame mids are good, right? You gotta respect them or you get bopped. Instead, you have a 10 frame low with more range than your mid, and while it doesn't guarantee a combo, it guarantees respect, right? Because if you land this, they gotta respect it, right? And for most characters with this type of situation, for most characters, let's say I just have Frost, I'll control Frost, and I have Cassie just. Now look at my inputs. I'm a duck. I'm backdashing. I mean, duck. I'm trying to jump out. I can't. Mash. I can't. It's completely jailing. That just is what it is, right? And then that happens, right? So not only is it really good because it sets up the offense in that sense, there's also a crush and blow attached to it, which knocks you back full screen. And then from full screen, I don't have the move, but Cassie's zoning is pretty good, right? So stuff like this situation is really important. And most characters in the game can do it, but hey, guess who can't? Now, Frost's down 1 is plus 15. Her down 3 has absolutely no range. It's only good as an anti-air. Other than that, it's completely fucking useless. That's not true. You can use it to get out of certain block strings with gaps and weird things, but whatever. But her down 4 is only plus 15, right? Now, plus 15 is not that bad, right? Like Cassie's down 4 is plus 16, right? It has that pushback like most down 4s do. The thing is, like, at some ranges it's plus 14, and it doesn't really jail into anything because from this range, what can Frost hit you with? This and this, right? And that's about it. And obviously from long range, you can't even like jail into anything, right, at all. Or not even jail, but you can't hit with anything, right? That can be easily prevented, which we're about to get into. So it becomes a situation where, say we have Frost. Well, as you can see, you know what I mean? But if she gets closer, now if she's closer, you will hit me. You will get me, right? I can't backdash and avoid that, right? But I can jump. And I know what you might think, but you still got the hit though, right? Wait, I did that completely wrong. I'm gonna jump, combo. All is well, right? All is well in the universe, right? Well, then you get into this issue. Oh, I didn't jump. And yeah, that can punish. You know, just to, I'll show it. Says counter, but you get the point. Plenty of characters, probably damn near everyone, can punish you in that situation. Just another thing, and obviously with this being only plus 14 or 15, and this being 19 rank startup, if they just duck, you're pretty much dead. And even if I set her to stance hold block, she can just still duck it because this move whiffs on a lot of people crouch blocking. So even if like this going into this like is not even remotely a thing at all, and some Frost players are trying to get it off, but just remember that it's not real whatsoever. And let me show what some other characters too. So here we have two characters who don't have mids whatsoever, right? Johnny Cage's fastest mid is 14 frames, 14 frames. Everything else is a high, right? Kotal Khan, 19 frames. You know, that's a high. Like his fastest mid anything, you know, it's going to be 14, 15 frames, command grab 14 frames, right? These characters do not have mids in the sense of a 9 to 10 frame or 9 to 11 frame, you know, string that, you know, you can use to command respect. But what they do have is down 4s and down 3s that are hella plus. His down 3 is plus 16. His down 4 is plus 20. And before we even get into the fact that you can combo it to his unblockable, which is beyond stupid, right? We got to just go into the fact that this is plus 20 and this is 19 frames. Meaning, as you can, I'm sure you can figure out. If I hold up, there's no button I can press to get me out of this shit. Once you get hit with a down 4, it jails into that shit. It just does, right? That's just part of the gameplay. And you gotta remember, his down 4 is 10 frame startup. Another thing to mention is most of these down 4s, down 3s, whatever they are safe on block, right? This is -9, but look at the space, right? If I do a point blank range, -9, but look where we're at. What are you gonna punish with that's 8 frames, you know what I mean? You know, that's gonna reach from this range. Like, it's very hard, very rare. I think discharge might be one of the only things that can punish it, but that goes for a lot of things, right? Same with Johnny Cage. Like, these characters, two characters are top tier, and they've been top, well, at least Johnny Cage's been top tier for a while, and he never had a mid, right? But he does have down 4, which is plus 17. Why that's really important is, this is 14 frames. So, if you block it down 4, he can go into his bread and butter and get his gameplay started, right? That's just what it is. Like I said, there's no escaping, completely jailed, etc., right? So the characters who don't have mids, and like Katana can do this, like a ton of characters can do this, but some characters off the top of their head, they can't do this are Frost and RoboCop. So it's just another thing in the game that's like super important, and it's like people love that. This is why people mash low poke so much in this game, because if you land this 8 frame low profiling, low hitting button, congratulations, your entire offense is now set up. You know what I mean? It's super powerful. This is something that's a really big part of offense in this game, and it's something that a couple of characters just don't have. Like RoboCop just literally does not have this. At certain ranges, he has some semblance of it, but if you can't do it at like the further ranges, well, I have Kotal Duck too. Right? So even at like the very, very tip of the range of this move, I can still jail into this. So I know that no matter what the situation is, if this move hits, I can jail into my offense, right? Same with Kotal Khan, right? It doesn't matter where I hit you. Well, his is a mid, so it's a little bit different. You kind of have to set the AI to jump, but like no matter what the range is, yeah, that is the tip of the range, right? No matter what range, If I landed down 4, you were jailed into my best string or one of my better strings, and it's just something that a lot of characters have, and then a few characters don't. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. I don't think I really see people ever talk about the importance of this, but everybody does it. Like, you see it all the time, like all the time. I don't know if Joker has this either, which is really weird. Joker's down 4 is really good, but I don't think this is really part of his game plan. I would have to double check that. But yeah, I just thought this was really important, and I was thinking about it while I was trying to do my Frost video. I was like, wow, well, yeah, this is another thing that most characters can do that you see online all the time, or you see in matches all the time that some characters just don't have. So anyway, if y'all enjoyed the video, sub for more content. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Stay safe. JSF, I'm out. Peace.